Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2015 commencement ceremony of Uplift Peak High School. We welcome you. Please remain standing for the pledges of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Students, please recite along with me. I pledge to do my best this day, to honor myself and others in everything I do, to accept responsibility for my own learning, and to encourage others as I embrace my own opportunities to grow, to exercise leadership and prepare for college at every opportunity. Mediocrity is not an option. Only excellence will do. Who I am has value, what I think has value, cogito ergo sum. Who I will become is invaluable to the world. You may all be seated. I now welcome Ms. Angela Mora to introduce our class elected speaker.
Congratulations, class of 2015. I'm very proud of you. I'm here to introduce the person you elected to represent you today. Although I've only known him for 3 years, there's a group of you that have been with him here at Peak since 4th grade. There's even a group of you and one faculty member that's been with him since kindergarten. And another faculty member has taught him and both of his parents when they were in high school. So you understand why Edgar feels that like Peak is his family and why we feel like he's part of ours. Even though you've been together for many years, and we know Edgar to be opinionated and outspoken, I'm not sure if you know that he actually has a heart as big as this room. And he often puts the happiness of others before even his own. He is your goalie and captain of your varsity soccer team. And so when they lost in regionals, his only concern was that of the feelings of his teammates. And to be sure that he was strong for them. He's had to overcome many struggles over the past 4 years, but he's shown such resilience, and he's ending his high school career on a very positive note. This fall, Edgar will be attending McMurray University in Abilene, Texas. So it is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you your class elected speaker, Edgar Simmental.
Let me speak, please. Thank you, Ms. Moore, for those wonderful words. And thank you for being my second mom. Even though you have kids of your own and adding myself to the photos will make them jealous. We will always have that mother-son relationship. But I will always call you Ms. Moore because I want to picture myself sitting in your office and enjoying the time I had with a special teacher. I always thought you were Puerto Rican when we first met. I was hoping that you can teach me some salsa, but as it turns out, you can't salsa. Keep doing your job with the same passion that led me to success. My name is Edgar Ivan Simmental. I'm not your typical straight A student, nor am I the most popular kid in school. Who am I? I'm that guy that loves to help others, to make them laugh, or listen to them when nobody else wants to. I'm a regular guy. I want to be remembered as a nice person that that's passionate for the jobs he does. I live day by day, motivated and being the person I am. Motivation, having a strong reason to act or accomplish things that are worthwhile. My mother, my best friend, is the greatest motivation I can ask for. She's like Regina George's mom from Mean Girls. I just want you to know if you ever need anything, don't be shy, okay? There are no rules in this house. I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom. My mother has given me that tone when I was with my great friends. With that gift of being myself, she gave me confidence to confront my problems instead of letting them dictate me. Mom, you're a great person, and you're an amazing mother. For that, I will continue to be passionate, motivated, and being myself. Get what everybody wants, success. Prove you right. Took care of me, and I will take care of you. I'm a mama's boy till I die. By doing that, I was able to be the gentleman that I am today. And it got me a lovely girlfriend yesterday. And a group of buddies, Jimmy, Henry, Ahmed, and Santana. Within this year, I had my very first man over with my homies. I was very excited because I was ready to enjoy eating fatty foods up to 1,000 calories per serving. Yeah, that's a lot. Sleeping late till someone knocked out so we can jump on them and annoy them to death. And yeah, last but not least, pillow fighting. Yes. We talked about our feelings and told each other how we felt about one another. It was a blast. The pillow fight was epic. Ahmed had a great opportunity to smack Santana, but he's a big guy. He didn't come to play baby games. Santana struck Ahmed with a pillow fatter than a baby panther. Ahmed flew onto the bed, but he wasn't dead. He wasn't dead. If he was, I would be in Mexico selling guns. Jimmy was being weak, falling asleep. So I jumped on him and said, "Who's your daddy?" Those moments I'm always going to remember and tell my future kids. Enjoy this time. Before you know it, you'll be drinking a 6-pack of Red Bull, putting all-nighters, eating McDonald's because you got a college student discount on chicken nuggets. Your friends impact your life more than you know. Without being myself, I wouldn't have met my guys, my friends. Please hang out one more time before y'all go your separate ways. And do it for bad. Mr. Morales, who taught my parents when they attended high school, is the same person to this day. No one else but himself. He was teaching us some math lesson which half the class was daydreaming. In there, he stood one day, middle of the classroom, doing the lesson, and screamed out, "Sokata!" It was probably the weirdest thing we as a class experienced. But he was being himself. By doing so, I would never forget him. Mr. Morales teaches with a passion and is proud of the way he teaches. He taught for a long time now, and even he knows that he needs to change a few things in order to teach better, to become successful and have a better future. On a more serious note, there comes a time in your life when everything you worked for is taken in an instant. I had a rough patch from 7th to 12th grade, and that was dealing with my learning disability and my depression. When it came to schoolwork, I did terrible, but it's not because I was a troublemaker. I honestly didn't understand what the teacher was asking me to do. I felt dumb for being behind, being taken out of class to work on simple reading. For you, that was easy, but for me, it was a deadly mountain. With my learning disability, I met a friend. A childhood friend I loved. Loving you gave me answers no child should follow. You say die, you say leave, you say 1, 2, same pills you say. I say yes. The time it was. Good night to all, and goodbye forever. Depression you are, depression I am. I know you and others wouldn't understand. I had to be a student at Peak, not Edgar Simmons. I wore a costume to school every single day because I didn't want to deal with anything at all. But a picture does tell you a lot about a person. Talking about my depression only makes me feel more like a disappointment. I let my whole family down. I had one job, to be a great son who makes them proud. I focused too much about how others picture my life and what I do. The picture of my life should be determined by me. I grab the pencil or colors and begin to paint over the past because it will make the healing process easier. I have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere to begin to fix our problems and overcome our weaknesses. We, the class of 2015, have weaknesses, but we embrace them. When we lost Alfredo during prom, we started the hashtag Where's Alfredo 2015. And Takio found him. Problem solved. Working as a team has been a problem in other graduating classes, but not for 2015. Prom was the bomb because a lot of seniors went and we danced and blood salt. Class of 2015 didn't go to school a whole day. And it was only successful because we were communicators, risk takers, thinkers. We came together to make a successful field day and a fall festival, by the way. We threw our own senior picnic. We went through 9 English teachers. Let me repeat myself, 9 English teachers. That's a lot of teachers. Even with no permanent teacher in some of our classes, we were able to pass tests with better test resources than other schools. We basically taught ourselves. The teacher is the leader, but for us, our leaders were each other. Everyone wants their problems to disappear. I surely did. Instead of crying about it, I should accept it and push myself to overcome it. Every single student here is a hard worker, no matter what others say. They either work hard in their education, their job after school, their personal life, or working out in order to be in shape for the season, including practices after school. We are willing to take unnecessary pain that's thrown at us. We suffered a lot, but we continue on the journey to success. I eat the school lunch, and if I can do that, I can do anything. That's the life of a peak student for y'all. We embrace ourselves, and the class of 2015 are happy with the people they became. Life is not one thing. Life is a journey. Take advantage of it. Look, we all have a goal we want to achieve. In order to achieve that goal, I have 3 key words for that. Passion. You have to care and show how much it means to you. Motivation. Having a strong reason to act or accomplish something worthwhile, which I mentioned in the beginning. And last but not least, be yourself. This one's the most important one from all of it. We worry too much about how much better others are, but we forget who we are, what we stand for. Class of 2015. We may never see each other again, but with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Goodbye. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us as we celebrate the class of 2015. Before our salutatorian speaks, I would like to take a moment to recognize a group of Uplift Peak seniors who rank the highest in GPA among their class. Though the entire class of 2015 has worked incredibly hard these last 4 years, this group is at the top. These honor cords represent all that you have achieved here at Peak and all that you will go on to achieve when you leave us. Would the following seniors please stand? Jasmine Vasquez. Jesus Tapia. Yesenia Lopez. Martin Palomo. Elizabeth Gonzalez. Brittany Gaitan Ramirez. Ricardo Gonzalez. Rachel Salinas. Richie Tovar. Maxiel Silverio. Fatima Salinas. Let's give our top 10% one last round of applause.
It is my pleasure to introduce this year's salutatorian, Jesús Tapia. I met Tapia 2 years ago when he entered my 8th U.S. History classroom as a junior. 2 weeks later, he hosted the rest of his class. But Tapia made up for lost time and took to the class with gusto. During the last 2 years, I have been honored to watch Tapia grow as a scholar and as a person. I remember the first time I held a seminar in U.S. History that year. As other students shared their ideas, I watched as Tapia leaned forward and tapped his leg impatiently, ready to go on the offensive and challenge his peers. Tapia has a hunger to learn, to know, and to be heard. He continued to feed his hunger in my AP Government class this year and as delegation leader for our Model United Nations team. I watched him become a U.S. citizen and become the first member of his family to vote in an election in the United States. We spent countless hours in the library, my classroom, or the technology lab, working on a seemingly endless stream of papers. Westbridge, Gates application, a term paper on federalism, your position papers from Model UN, and the speech you're about to give. Seemingly always waiting until the very last possible second to turn in your work. But Tapia always manages to be successful. Next year, Tapia will attend Pomona College in Claremont, California. I thought I couldn't be prouder when I called to tell him he had been selected as a finalist for the Gates Millennium Scholarship, which he later won and will cover all of his expenses of his post-high school education. But I was wrong. It is at this moment, as he steps up to address you all, that I can say that I am proudest of him. And it is at this moment that I am most keenly aware of how much he will be missed next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott.
Faculty, guests, parents, alumni. These past years have flown by faster than we could have expected. In the blink of an eye, we transformed from a group of weeping 4th and 6th graders to a community of weeping high school graduates. It's ironic, yet marvelous, how a student can enter a school and leave it the same manner. Cry. The class of 2015 has achieved many accolades, an impact they peaked like no one before. With 9 Dell Scholars in my finalists, 3 of those finalists, 1 Gates Scholar, a so long for state soccer championship. Exhale, Pamela. A record-breaking attendance to flying programs throughout the nation, and a successful and legitimate senior skip day. We have made history. Having achieved 100% admissions to prestigious colleges ranging from Columbia, Dartmouth, Rochester, Salem, Swarthmore, Colgate, Lafayette, Emory, Carleton, SMU, Pomona, Tech, A&M, TWU, Carleton, Lamar, McMurray, and many more, we have found the doors that lead us to the path to success. There will be opposition that will try to deter us, individuals determined to discourage us. Nevertheless, as the 31st Lady of the United States, Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." As a senior, I had the privilege of traveling to 5 different college campuses: Dartmouth, Middlebury, Lafayette, Williams, and Pomona. Going back to my first visit to Dartmouth, I remember being nervous, but at the same time excited for being part of the elite group of students selected for the program. Many students at Peak described me as smart, intelligent, wise, and even academically superior. It couldn't have been more wrong. Compared to the students that I attended the program with, I was far away from academic elitism. While I took 3 AP classes, they took 8. While I scored average in standardized tests, they scored commended. While I thought of learning to play an instrument, they were already playing 5. I couldn't have felt more inferior. I couldn't have felt more oppressed. But oppressed not in the sense of being discriminated, but in the sense of being at a disadvantage. Coming from a low-income background, and for many of us being the first in our family to walk into college, our path to success won't be easy. There will be times when the nostalgia and homesickness will knot your throat and asphyxiate your motivation. There will be times when the student sitting next to you in English 101 or Calculus 1 will outshine you in every scholarly way. There will be times when studying late at night or early in the morning won't make the cut anymore, where it will no longer be a quiz that you will be taking, but one of the 2 tests that will determine your grade in a semester course. Don't go into college blindly confident. Don't let your motivation and your achievements blind you and keep you from recognizing your weaknesses and the obstacles that lie ahead of you. Beware that the world's not 90% Hispanics and 5% blacks. Beware that diversity does not only encompass race and gender, but ethnicity, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, age, physical abilities, religious beliefs, political beliefs, and other ideologies. Embrace diversity. Beware that your decisions and your actions will become your primary form of identification in your new community. People in college will not know you. The decisions you make will define to them who you are. You will encounter individuals whose beliefs and behaviors do not align with yours, or those you have come to respect. However, don't fear. Don't walk away. Embrace diversity. Embrace your struggles. For only those, by doing so, may we impact the world and may we better ourselves. It will be difficult. It will be painful. But as the wise and always thoughtful Derek Sisovit once said, "You ain't got a booty if you don't hurt." Having been born and raised en un pequeño pueblo, oculto entre las montañas, alejado de la ciudad y con escasas posibilidades de sobresalir, no puedo más que sentirme eternamente agradecido con Dios, la Virgencita de Guadalupe, mi familia y mi escuela por todas las bendiciones y privilegios que he recibido y gozado a tan temprana edad. Con 2 becas, un diploma y el reconocimiento de ser el primer miembro de una familia de inmigrantes en atender a la universidad, mi vida no podría ser mejor. Por eso les digo, be grateful for everything you accomplish, despite how insignificant or significant it may be to others. For it is you who endures the pain. It is you who receives the consequence for your decisions. It is you then who should enjoy the rewards and recompenses of your work. Nevertheless, don't forget your origins, or those who have stood beside you in your happiest and most difficult moments. A mis hermanos, gracias por apoyarme en confiar en mí en mis más extravagantes y alocadas decisiones. Gracias por darme la oportunidad de continuar el camino que ustedes comenzaron hace ya varios años. Gracias por el techo, la comida, la ropa, el agua y el sustento que a veces damos por organizado, pero con mucho esfuerzo y dedicación nos han brindado a mí, a mis padres y a mí. Gracias por enseñarme los valores humanos, el amor al prójimo y la diferencia entre un simple macho y un hombre de verdad. A mi papá, gracias por darme el privilegio de estar parado en este podio, dando este discurso y recibiendo este diploma. Gracias por darnos la oportunidad de superarnos, de aspirar a alcanzar las promesas del sueño americano y vivir en el país de eternas oportunidades. Gracias por apoyarme incondicionalmente en todas mis decisiones, sin importar cuánto se pusiera mi mamá, Roberto o Fernando. Gracias por enseñarme el respeto hacia los demás, hacia la familia y hacia uno mismo. A mi mamá, la persona que ha sacrificado su vida, la comunidad de su casa y la bendición de vivir al lado del ser que más ama, mi abuelita. A la mujer que todos los días por los últimos 12 años se ha levantado en las mañanas a prepararle la noche a su hijo, apapachado, mimado y con un caso muy serio de mamitis. A usted, quien a capa y espada me ha defendido de toda angustia y peligro y que en nuestro tiempo juntos jamás se ha apartado de mi lado. A usted más solo le tengo una palabra que por mucho tiempo le había querido decir, pero jamás había tenido el valor de decírselo. Mamá, la amo. La amo con todo el amor que un hijo puede sentir por su madre. Todos mis recuerdos, todas mis alegrías, todos mis logros se los debo a usted. Usted ha hecho que un camino de espinas sea tan suave como un sendero de pétalos de rosa. Así que jamás olvide que todo lo que he hecho, todo lo que hago y todo lo que haré será para usted. This past 7 years, I have come to cherish each and every one of you. From my soccer family to the Delex Model UN, from the long-distance runners of cross-country to the hard-working AP government students, thank you for letting me be part of this wonderful journey. Thank you for the laughs, the tears, the struggles, and the memories. Even though we may not congregate as a class after today, I will never forget the impact each of you has had in my life. Just like I will never forget the false promises of strangers to make us cookies for a whole week. Before closing out this speech, I would like for us to take a moment and reflect on the lessons that throughout the years our teachers here present have taught us, beginning with Coach McGowan and his discretion and professionalism to not give any comments before a game. Ms. Johnson and her strict devotion to prayer in times of scholarly difficulty. She's cute though. Mr. Morales' serious commentary and professional academic advice, which includes but is not limited to, guys, you can't do this in college. Ms. Bliss's passion and unforgettable laughter. Mr. Dice's politeness and caution while driving near a dog park. Bring his breathtaking dedication and reverence to Horace Sin, the inspiration of all his beams. Follow Martin on Facebook for more details. And Yoda's secrecy and strict discipline for learning and studying. Who knew Russians could be so complicated? And finally, Dr. Sherrill's wise and thoughtful advice, which I would like to close this speech with. Enjoy your freedom, but not too much, or they will take it away from you.
Mm-hmm. afternoon, Honorable Judge Martinez. Judge Martinez grew up as a youngster of 6 children in Pharr, Texas in Rio Grande Valley. As the daughter of migrant farm workers, she learned the value of hard work and the importance of education as a pathway to success. She's a 1998 graduate of Loyola Marymount University with a bachelor's degree in Chicano studies. Upon graduation, she was hired as a mental health legislative assistant to Los Angeles County Supervisor Gloria Molina. While there, she worked with community groups and constituencies to improve access to mental health resources. Inspired by her work at Supervisor Molina's office, Ms. Martinez enrolled in the University of Southern California School of Law. As a student, she participated in La Raza Law Student Association and in Public Interest Law Foundation. She obtained her law degree in 2004. Ms. Martinez returned to Rio Grande Valley in 2004 and took a position as a grant writer for Tropical Texas Behavioral Health and then for the Rio Grande Valley Food Bank, securing several large grants for both agencies. She sat for her 2008 bar exam and was sworn in as an attorney in November of 2008. Upon relocating to Dallas, she opened a law practice and went to serve as the Dallas County Public Defender. Judge Martinez was elected as Justice of the Peace for Precinct 5, Place 1 in November of 2014 and took the bench on January 1st of this year. She presides over traffic, small claims, evictions, and death matters. Please join me in welcoming our honorable guest, Honorable Judge Sarah Martinez.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. I'd like to thank the directors, the deans, members of the faculty, family and friends, the Park Cities Baptist Church for providing this beautiful venue, but most importantly, the class of 2015. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Honor to give your commencement speech. It's been 21 years since I graduated from high school. And I have to confess, I don't remember who my commencement speaker was, much less what he or she said. But I do remember 2 things. I remember sitting where you're sitting right now and feeling a mix of fear, excitement, and nervousness all at the same time. The second thing I remember that awesome party that I went to after graduation. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to be there doing that tonight. I accepted the invitation to speak because I see myself in many of you. And I hope my words might inspire you as you embark on your college careers. I am the proud daughter of undocumented immigrants. I am the proud daughter of migrant farm workers who pick the fruits and vegetables enjoyed at the table by many families. I am also a first-generation American and the first in my family to graduate from college. I want to take a moment to share 2 stories with you that remind me of where I started. The first is the story of how I grew up. For most of my childhood, on the very next day after school let out for the summer, my parents, siblings, and I would pile into a truck and make the 12-hour drive to the Texas Panhandle. We would spend the entire summer working in the fields. It was hot, it was miserable, and it wasn't any fun. I wanted to go to SeaWorld, but that wasn't going to happen. But what I remember the most from that time is that we always happened to come back for the first day of school. We never left school early, and we never missed the first day. My parents instilled in us the importance and value of education as a pathway to success, and I carry that with me to this day. Another story that I want to share with you is something that I learned last year during the hardest moments of my campaign. It was a moment where I felt like I wanted to quit. My mom, who's the smartest woman I know, told me this story at just the right time. She inspired me and gave me the energy to keep going. I like to call it my potato story, and it goes a little something like this. She told me that one day while she was waiting for us to get off the bus, she was sitting outside on the stoop, wondering what she was going to give us for dinner that day. She looked in the fridge, there wasn't anything in there. She looked in the cupboard, there wasn't anything in there either. But then she remembered, ever resourceful, that months earlier, she had planted 2 potatoes in the garden. My mom watches the spot, gets down on her knees, and begins digging. Those 2 potatoes had become 12. She takes them out of the ground, washes them, and cuts them into pieces. And that afternoon, we had picadillo con papas. And I think a lot of you know what that is. And for those of you that are not familiar with this dish, it's stew of ground beef and potatoes. But on this occasion, the stew didn't have any meat. It was just potatoes, but we loved it just the same. The point of these stories is to illustrate to you that where you begin in life does not determine how much you will achieve if you are willing to do the following 3 things. Number 1, persevere. Number 2, do that which you are afraid to do. And number 3, believe in your dream. It took me 21 years to learn these 3 simple lessons. And I share them with you with the hopes that they will help you along your way. I'm an example of what happens when you follow these 3 simple steps. I was that little girl getting off that bus 30 years ago. Who would have known that years later, I would attend one of the best law schools in the country, or that I would be the first Latina in 20 years to be elected as Justice of the Peace in Dallas County. The struggles in your journey may be a little bit different than mine, but the 3 tidbits of advice apply just the same regardless of your race, your gender, your sexual orientation, or your economic status. As you make your way in the world and times get tough, remember to persevere. Along with great moments of success, you will have gut-wrenching moments of failure, and you will want to quit. Do not give up. You will have moments when you will doubt your abilities and when you will feel inadequate. You will have moments when your carefully laid plans and months of preparation will come tumbling down. When you deliberately push yourself to the brink of that razor-thin line between success and failure is when you stand to reap the greatest reward. It is in these darkest of times when you are the most tested that you must persevere. Civil rights leader, educator, and author Booker T. Washington eloquently said it best when he stated, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he or she has overcome." So I encourage you to persevere. The second bit of wisdom for each of you is to do that which you are afraid to do. Apply for that dream job. Apply for that dream school. Pursue that seemingly impossible goal. Move out of the state, live in a different country, whatever it is that you are afraid to do but really want to do. Challenge yourself to achieve what seems unattainable and marvel at how much you are able to accomplish. You may not always succeed, but do not let fear of the challenge stop you from trying. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, you will gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I have lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing that you think you cannot do. finally, I want to encourage each and every one of you to believe in your dream, whatever it may be. Some will doubt you, some will challenge you, some will tell you that it cannot be done, that this is the way it's always been done. Some will hurt you and some will help you along your pursuit, but never let them change the vision of your dream. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the opinion of others drown out your own inner voice. I relearned this lesson last year when I was running for office. People said, Sara, you can't win. You're not from Dallas. You don't have any money. Nobody knows you. And all of those things, yes, they were true. I had no money. Nobody knew me. I was not active in politics. But I did not give up on my dream. I persevered. I did the thing that I was afraid to do, and I believed in my dream. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will be graduates. As you head out on your journey, whether it's Texas, Arizona, California, Florida, wherever life may take you, when times get tough, I want you to remember to persevere. Do that which you are afraid to do, and believe in your dream. Thank you.
For making my job really difficult right now, to follow such great speeches, and thank you for sharing such great words of wisdom, the class of 2015. I want to thank our parents, faculty, distinguished guests for joining us today to share this commencement ceremony to honor our outstanding class of 2015. I want to offer a half-hearted apology to the class of 2015. When you began your senior year, you all anticipated having off-campus lunch and the flex period. I was worried you were going to boo me, but thank you. Last summer, as most school leaders do, I sat in my office and came up with evil ways in which to make students' lives miserable. I created a diabolical plot to take away all the perks and privileges of being a senior. So I decided with my other evil school leaders to take away off-campus lunch and your flex period. We decided that your safety and timeliness to class was more important to us. Your parents trust us with you from the moment that you arrive in the morning until the time you depart in the evening. I was not willing to take the risk of something happening to you when they have entrusted your safety to me. In terms of your flex period, I have to admit, I was confused prior to my arrival on campus last year as to why this would be an offering on campus. If I'm expected to ensure that you're prepared to graduate from college, why wouldn't I offer you just one more opportunity to become greater than you already are? So on one hand, I apologize because I disappointed you. On the other hand, I'm not sorry. All of you made it to graduation today, so this is evidence that I managed to keep you safe for the entire school year. This class was also the first graduating class to have both 3 Dell Scholars and 1 Gates Millennium Scholar, in addition to having the most scholar acceptances to top 100 universities in PEAK history. Your class set out in May of 2014 to make history, and you did just that. So I think the additional time in class helps support these exceptional achievements. This class is able to rise above the expectations that were set for you. So, I was right, and you're welcome. Tomorrow, high school will be part of your past, and you will begin the next trip in your academic journey. What I want you to take with you on the road to college are 3 bite-sized pieces of advice. The first being, you have to be your own advocate. You will join a class of freshmen in college, who many are 3rd and 4th generation college students, and they will have parents, friends, and family members who are alumni of the colleges and universities in which you will attend. They will know how to skillfully navigate the college arena and will have connections and advocates both on and off campus. That may not be your reality. You will have the support of your family, your PEAK teachers, and your alumni counselor. However, we prepared you to be your own advocate. You cannot turn down the opportunity to advocate for the things that you need in order to be successful. In college, you'll be presented with awesome opportunities to do the things you've never considered doing. You might be asked to try out for the rugby team, to be in charge of lighting for a theatrical performance, to be a trainer for the campus football team, or work on the research team for a professor in the engineering department. It is okay if the new experiences you've been asked to take on are not in your intended field of study. You never know where this opportunity may lead. It may lead to nowhere, but it might be a once-in-a-lifetime experience that may change your life. You cannot turn down new opportunities to expand your skill set and/or to broaden your horizons. Next year, you'll take courses which may be more difficult than any course that you've ever taken in high school. You may enroll in a very challenging courses because a cute boy or cute girl that you met during freshman orientation is taking the same course. You might find the course too difficult to bear. At that point, you have to seek help. You need to seek the support of a fellow classmate, a tutor, the teaching assistant, the professor, and/or even the dean if it's that bad. You have to keep your whatever it takes attitude and to seek help. What you can't do is turn down needed support. In a nutshell, I'm asking you to take the advice of DJ Snake and Lil Jon. You guys know what I'm talking about? Brian, can you help me out, please?
presence at Upland Peak High School has made our community stronger during these last 4 years. Next year, she will not be far from us, attending Southern Methodist University, right across the highway. I am excited by the prospect of who she will become and the impact she will make upon the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Jasmine Vasquez.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished and undistinguished guests, dedicated teachers and staff, family, friends, and of course, Uplift Peak Prep's graduating class of 2015. It is a great honor and privilege to be able to speak before a remarkable group of young men and women. I was informed about a month ago that I would be delivering this dissertation. Being that this is such a special occasion and that we've all made it this far, I wanted to make this a memorable speech and prepared it with the same intensity we've dedicated to those important papers Mr. Rouget assigned to us throughout the year. So, late last night, I began. After downing a cup of strong coffee and binge watching some Netflix, I opened my browser. Unfortunately, Wikipedia couldn't deliver a result for Uplift Peak Preparatory. So I was back to square one, and I decided to resort to old techniques, starting with a definition. So, what is a valedictory address? Valedictory is derived from the Latin valedicere, meaning to say farewell. Well, that's easy. It's the end of the world as we know it. Or should I try? So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Or you may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye. Unfortunately, I have yet to discover the right equation of the time bubble, and I couldn't bring myself in 4 years in the future to deliver a detailed handbook of what to do in this journey we're about to begin. You're stuck with me, who is just as excited but a little scared, just a little, to walk into the real world and become an adult. No, really, I'm really scared. Please help. But I can assure you that right about now, your dad is probably thinking about how he will change your room into el cuarto para ver los partidos de fútbol con los compas. Your mom is probably thinking, ahí van a ir las ollas y las cazuelas, mi olla de los tamales, and your siblings are most likely going to plot how to sell your stuff on Craigslist, conquering that holy grail of territories that is your room. So you're kind of on your own. Miss Johnson, pray for us. Though many of you being granted the valedictory address is a privilege, the reality is that it is one of the hardest things I have ever had to do. We all know that the moment to say goodbye to family and to friends is a difficult one to get through. And it's much more difficult when I get to see 106 of you sitting next to each other, like the big, sometimes dysfunctional family we have grown to be. We have grown attached to our great system of teachers who have dedicated so much to us. And though many of us, not in our senses and in the control of that terrible disease we've called senioritis, have proclaimed our utmost desire to leave, I know it will be difficult to leave a system that has nurtured many of us for 4, 6, and even 8 years. In fact, we should be proud to say we attend one of the country's most challenging high schools, as mentioned by the Washington Post. Though it's quite puzzling when we can't even spell challenging on our school website. No, seriously, go look it up. We can't spell it. Now, no valedictory address would be complete without deep cliches like, I see the next president of this nation, the next doctors, lawyers, the next Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Shoot for the stars, follow your dreams, and never fear failure. Yep, these phrases are used all the time. But I have a point to make. Regarding follow your dreams, it is never bad to set a goal that will drive you forward towards its ultimate accomplishment. However, it's important that you remember that when life gives you a cookie, and it allows a second for you to bask in the joy of the gift, it will not hesitate in kicking you in the shins, taking the cookie along with your lunch money. The path you have paved towards accomplishing your ultimate dream will inevitably change during the course of life. You should embrace the detours it forces you to take, and realize that though your original intentions may long be gone, the new possibilities may be even better. As for never fear failure, yeah, don't fear it, but avoid it as much as possible. The reality is that not everything will be smooth sailing, and that we are bound to come across many disappointments. But it is important to snap back from the disorienting impact of failure, and to channel that negativity into a fuel that will drive us to look for better solutions. It is also very important to stay humble. Never stop learning. It requires humility to accept the advice of others, and in doing so, you will be able to move forward with the endless endeavor to become a better person than you were before. Be selfless. Sometimes when you try to uplift those who seem weaker than you, in the process, they uplift you, and you learn that life is too short to be self-absorbed. In closing, I'd like to thank all the teachers who have given so much of themselves for us. Those who come from far to visit us and to see us off. Ms. McLean, thank you very much for everything you've done for the AP Art class, and for allowing me to pursue my passion in the arts. The RTC crew, thanks for the cheesy jokes. Rodney the Red Raider, and how could I forget? All the time you spent making sure our college dreams became reality. Springer, thanks for breaking your back for us. Literally. I'd also like to thank my mom and brother. Primeramente, gracias a Jehová Dios, pues sin él nada sería posible. Y mami, gracias por todo lo que has hecho por mí. Has sido mamá y papá, y a pesar de todo el sufrimiento que has pasado, siempre me has enseñado a vivir la vida con felicidad. Nunca me ha faltado nada. Ben, thanks for staying up with me endless nights since I was in an elementary school. To review my work and for pushing me forward. I annoy you, you annoy me. I'd say we're on good terms. Friends that are equivalent to family. Roge, hermano Hernández, Nelly, Pame, Kevin y Becky, los quiero mucho y gracias por todo lo que han hecho para apoyarme a mí y a mi familia. Yanita, Genesis, and Javis, thanks for the laughs. And I cannot forget the amazing members of the class of 2015. We've come a long way from where we began, so tell me all about it when I see you again. It's a see you later, not a goodbye. Thank you, congratulations, and wish you the best.
We will now invest the class of 2015. Isaac Anthony Aguero. Noemi Vanessa Ayala. Jennifer Barragan Ramos. Yesenia Calderon. Maria Guadalupe Camacho Gonzalez. Kyle Everett Campbell. Stacy Chavez Moreno. Jimmy Cayasso. Alondra Nicole Cruz. Teresa Adriana Cuellar. Diana D'Andrea. James Tyler Davis. Samantha De La Cruz. Berenice Del Rio. Brenda Del Rio. Luis Felipe Duenas. Conway DeAndre Ellis. Jarius Hakeem Deviante Evans. Eric Eduardo Flores Escobar. Juan de Dios Flores Perez. Alejandra Isabel Frausto. Lucette Saraí Fuentes. Alfredo Gallegos. Diana Garcia Aguirre. Orlando Garcia. Brittany Gatan Ramirez. Michaela K. Gibson. Ronaldo Eduardo Godinez. Elizabeth Gonzalez. Alexis Gonzalez. Erica Gonzalez. Fabiola Elizabeth Gonzalez. Ricardo Gonzalez. Henry Javier Guerrero. Camila Elizabeth Guerrero. Alexis Hernandez Alvarez. Jennifer Hernandez. Omar Hernandez. Alexali Hernandez. George Attilo Herrera Cruz. Christopher Hopkins. Desiree Monique Ibanez. Sierra Santi Christian Armando Jimenez. Jasmine Morales Morales. Jose Alvarez Lara. Devin Robert Levine.
Christian Lizarraga.
Montserrat Lowe. Ariana Lopez. Maria Lopez. Yazira Nicole Lopez. Yesenia Sinai Lopez. Roxana Luciano. Gilmar Ivan Mencia. Amir Martinez. Cynthia Lissette Martinez Velasquez. Sherry Carolyn Mendez. Larissa Molinar. Claudia Elizabeth Oliveira. Eric Oliveira. Emerita Palencia. Martin Palomo Jr. Armando Perez Nunez. Hector Pagano. Irina Ramirez. Rigoberto Rayo Favela Jr. Genesis Rivia. Jose Luis Reyes. Carla Jasmine Reyna. Jose Alejandro Rico. Christopher Rivera Ruiz. Alicia Lissette Rivera. Ashanti Robinson. Alondra Rodriguez. Emmett Ruiz. Juan Salazar Jr. Rachel Salinas Alvarez. Fatima Vanessa Salinas Camacho. Karina Salinas Camacho. Xavier Gilberto Salmaron Guzman. Joseph Paul Sanchez. Yadira Sanchez Ochoa. Raimundo Sandante Jimenez. Alejandro Santana Vargas. Vanessa Sigura. Eduardo Lázaro Velasquez. Jesus Daniel Ventura. Armando Vidal. And Griffin Marshawn Williams.
Beginning in the 12th and 13th centuries, scholars were marked by their hoods and robes, similar to those that you wear now. The high school faculty wear a variety of hoods based on academic degrees and achievements. This is a nod to a nearly millennia-old tradition. You wear the gowns of academics and the caps of scholars about to enter the academy. As a mark of this transition, it is custom to move the tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side. In this moment, we embraced our place in academia, our role in a legacy of scholarship. Class of 2015, please stand.